I wanted to just go over how to actually create a histogram one more time. Remember, a histogram, it looks like a bar graph. The thing about a histogram, though, is that it takes a lot of data, like these movie length in minutes right here, breaks the data up into intervals, and then we're looking at something called frequency, and I'll talk about intervals and frequency in just a second. So here we have a number of different movies of all different lengths. We take a look at the longest movie, which is about 140 minutes, and the shortest movie, which is around, I think, 92 minutes here. And we find the difference. That difference allows us to sort of come up with the range, and from that range we can actually create our frequency table. The frequency table looks something like this. What I've decided to do was I've decided to break up all my movie times into 10 minutes per interval. So 90 to 100 minutes, 100 to 110, 110 to 120, and so forth, up to 140 to 150. Looking at the numbers over here, what I did was I would take the number 100 and I would place it in the correct interval. Remember that whatever the last interval ends with, the next interval begins with. And when you have the number 100, that would go in the higher interval. So the number 100 would go in between 100 to 110. That's very important. The number 92 I would cross off. You can see where I put that. I would put that in 92, 100. And so as I go through my data, what I find is I have 6 movies between 90 and 100 minutes, 4 movies between 100 and 110, 2 movies, 1 movie, 2 movies, and 1 movie. From there, I can move on to my histogram, which looks a little like this. It's not the best looking. The title of the histogram is Movie Lengths. The intervals are along the horizontal axis right here, so 90 to 100, 100 to 110. And the frequency, it always is the frequency along the vertical axis. And I'm going up by 1. So 1 movie, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As we can see, in the first interval of 90 to 100 minutes, I have 6 movies. In the second interval, I have 4 movies. I have my 2, I have my 1, my 2, and my 1. These are all the movies. Remember that in a histogram, the bars have to touch. Because the number 100 is here, the number 100 is over there, whatever you end with, you start with in the next interval. That means, by definition, the bars always have to touch in your histogram.